From the Skinwalker to Bigfoot, we've uncovered disturbing evidence pointing to the existence of mythical creatures. Stay until the end, because the last one is ancient and relentless. 7. Skinwalker. The Skinwalker belongs to Navajo oral tradition, with accounts recorded by ethnographers in the early 20th century and rooted in beliefs that predate written history. Within this context, the Skinwalker is described as a human who has gained the ability to transform into, possess, or imitate an animal through ritual acts forbidden by Navajo law. Sources describe it most often taking the form of wolves, coyotes, dogs, or owls. The creature is associated with speed and endurance, with eyes said to appear human even in animal form. In Navajo culture, the subject is approached with restraint, since speaking openly about it is believed to attract attention. The figure functions as a warning about the misuse of spiritual knowledge and the breaking of communal rules within the world of the Navajo. In recent decades, the Skinwalker entered popular culture through online videos. Several recordings shared on the internet claim to show unidentified figures near roads or rural homes, often described as behaving in unusual ways. These images circulate widely and are presented by their authors as encounters captured on camera. When centuries-old traditions meet present-day sightings, where does legend end and reality begin? If you believe in ghosts, subscribe and stay with us for the story of the next creature. 6. White Lady. The White Lady is one of the oldest ghost figures in global folklore, with versions reported across Europe and North America. In many traditions, she is an apparition of a woman who suffered a tragic death tied to love, betrayal, accident, or loss, and she appears dressed in white. European castles, bridges, and rural roads all claim sightings dating back centuries, from Irish mourning brides to American roadside figures dressed in white who vanish when approached. The common thread in these stories is a female presence in white garments linked to heartbreak or death, and a role in the local lore that persists to this day. Some witnesses and paranormal investigators claim the White Lady has been captured on camera or in roadside videos where a pale female figure in white seems to walk slowly along a highway or beside a bridge before disappearing into the darkness. These clips gain traction on ghost hunting forums and social media as examples of unexplained footage. If you still doubt the reality of ghosts, could what was captured on camera be the proof you were waiting for? 5. Vampire. The vampire emerges in European folklore during the Middle Ages, with written accounts spreading widely in the 17th and 18th centuries across Eastern Europe, especially in regions such as the Balkans. These early reports describe a reanimated human corpse that feeds on the blood of the living and appears active at night. Folklore portrays the vampire as pale and cold, often linked to improper burial, epidemics, and unexplained deaths within small communities. Over time, the figure evolves through literature and oral tradition into a humanoid being with elongated canines, heightened strength, and a need for blood to sustain its presence. These traits form the foundation of the modern vampire image recognized today. In recent decades, various videos and photographs circulate online claiming to show vampire-like figures caught on camera. These recordings usually feature human silhouettes with unusual movements, reflective eyes, or visible fangs, filmed in low light or surveillance-style conditions. Paranormal forums and social media platforms often share this footage as visual proof, and some viewers interpret these images as contemporary evidence supporting the old legends. What if these ancient accounts described something real, reshaped into legend across centuries? 4. Titanoboa. Around 60 million years ago, during the Paleocene, dense rainforests covered what is now northern Colombia. In 2009, paleontologists described Titanoboa kerajonensis from fossils found in the Kerajon Formation, a vast coal mine that preserved remains of tropical life after the extinction of dinosaurs. The bones revealed a giant constrictor closely related to modern boas, with a body built for slow power. Estimates based on vertebrae point to a length reaching about 12 to 13 meters and a mass above 1 ton. Its size fits a world with warmer average temperatures, where reptiles could grow far larger than today. Titanoboa likely hunted large fish, crocodilians, and turtles in swampy rivers, dominating its ecosystem through sheer scale and strength. In recent years, short videos have circulated online, presented as distant sightings of an enormous snake and labeled with the name Titanoboa. The footage usually shows a massive body moving through water or dense vegetation, captured briefly and shared widely, with the claim that the camera caught something thought impossible. So, did Titanoboa truly disappear with the Paleocene, or could an isolated population still exist today? 3. Bigfoot. Reports of Bigfoot began to take shape in North America during the 19th century, rooted in earlier indigenous oral traditions describing large, hairy beings living deep in forests. The modern timeline accelerated in 1958, when oversized footprints were found near Bluff Creek in California and widely publicized in newspapers. From there, the name Bigfoot entered popular culture. Descriptions gathered over decades stay consistent. A tall, bipedal primate, covered in dark hair, with broad shoulders and long arms, moving with a steady and purposeful gait. Estimated height usually ranges from 2 to 3 meters, based on footprint size and stride length. The creature is often associated with remote woodland regions of the Pacific Northwest, an area rich in dense forests and limited human access. Several pieces of footage have fueled public attention, most famously the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film, recorded in Northern California. The short clip shows a large, upright figure walking across a clearing, briefly turning toward the camera. Other videos and photographs have appeared since, each claiming to capture the same elusive figure, often shared and analyzed frame by frame. Do these images document an undiscovered primate sharing our forests, or do they reflect how a long-standing legend continues to take form in the modern world? 2. The Mothman. The Mothman story begins in the mid-1960s in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, during a period marked by a wave of unusual sightings. Between November 1966 and December 1967, local residents reported seeing a large winged figure near the TNT area, a former munition site on the edge of town. Newspaper coverage quickly amplified the accounts. Descriptions remain consistent across sources: a humanoid shape standing over 2 meters tall, broad wings folded against its back, and 2 glowing red eyes set into a dark silhouette. Witnesses described swift vertical takeoffs and flight speeds that seemed to match moving cars. The legend became firmly tied to the region, blending eyewitness reports with a specific place and time in American folklore. Later, several photographs and video clips were released and presented as visual evidence of the Mothman. They usually show a dark silhouette seen from a distance, or 2 red glowing points cutting through the darkness. These images, most often recorded at night and without clear context, circulated widely and were examined again and again. Are we dealing with a known creature, distorted by fear and altered perception? Or does the Mothman truly exist? 1. Wendigo. The Wendigo emerges from Algonquian-speaking cultures of North America, long before European contact, rooted in stories passed through oral tradition. These accounts describe a being tied to winter, famine, and isolation, shaped by life in harsh northern forests. Early written records appear in the 17th and 18th centuries, recorded by missionaries and traders who documented indigenous beliefs. The Wendigo is described as a tall, gaunt humanoid with an emaciated frame, long limbs, and skin stretched tight over bone. Its heart is said to be made of ice, symbolizing endless hunger and emotional cold. In these traditions, the creature represents a transformation driven by excess and imbalance, often linked to cannibalism during extreme survival conditions. In modern times, the Wendigo enters popular attention through alleged photographs and video clips shared online. These recordings usually show distant figures in snowy forests or elongated shapes moving between trees. What do these images captured on camera actually show? Could the Wendigo truly exist? None of this proves what these creatures are. But once you've seen the footage, it's hard to believe nothing is out there watching back. If you don't subscribe, you'll probably never see our videos again. So if you enjoy them, like the video and subscribe.